In a fast-moving tech market, speed is your biggest advantage. But when you rely on your own senior engineers to conduct first-round technical interviews, scheduling conflicts can drag a simple evaluation out for weeks. This chart shows the financial impact of in-house interviews. Direct costs are 1,900 rupees, but indirect costs, lost development hours and delayed hiring, spike to over 28,000 rupees. While you wait for engineers, top candidates accept competing offers, causing high drop-offs. Relying solely on internal panels means pulling your best developers away from their actual work, while losing top talent to competitors who simply move faster. That dilemma is why tech teams are shifting to interview as a service, or IaaS. You outsource your live technical first-round interviews to a managed platform of vetted third-party experts. You submit the job brief, they conduct the coding assessment, you receive a recorded scorecard delivered within 48 hours. But gaining that speed comes with a real trade-off. You are handing over direct control of the critical first touchpoint with your candidates to an outside vendor. Pick the wrong platform, and you risk damaging your employer brand with repetitive questions, or worse, allowing unqualified candidates to pass through to your final rounds. To mitigate those risks, you have to map the highly fragmented IaaS market directly to your specific business size, hiring volume, and tech stack. Let's look at the options. If you are a seed to Series B startup, your operational needs are highly specific. You need zero minimum commitments, fast deployment, and the ability to instantly absorb a spike of 10 to 50 interviews a month. This quadrant chart plots major IaaS platforms by need. On the bottom left, for lean teams and low volume, sit HireHunch and Quick Recruit. They operate on a pay-as-you-go model, around $30 an interview with no long-term lock-in. The trade-off for this tier is early panel consistency. You might see some repeated questions or misjudged difficulty levels as their interviewers adapt to your specific requirements. If you choose this path, you must actively monitor early batches. Force calibration sessions before scaling up to ensure your technical bar stays exactly where you want it. Now, consider the mid-market profile. You are hiring across multiple technical verticals, and you need deep tracking of funnel health and interviewer consistency across different departments. Updating this chart for the mid-market, Interview Vector sits right in the middle for volume, but pushes much higher up the analytics axis. This platform provides native ATS integration, feeding deep visibility on drop-off rates and funnel metrics directly to your leadership team. The downside here is opaque pricing. Everything requires custom negotiation, and the sheer volume of data they provide can easily overwhelm a lean HR department. An analytics-first platform is only worth the investment if you already have a dedicated talent acquisition ops manager ready to interpret the data and act on it. Finally, we have the Enterprise and Global Capability Center profile. Here, the constraints are massive scalability, 50 or more interviews a week, strict compliance, and standardizing hundreds of technical roles. This final chart view places heavy hitters like BarRaiser and FlowCareer in the top right corner, built for high-volume AI augmentation. They handle scale by mixing AI screening with expert human panels, and even offer AI coaching modules to train internal staff. But enterprise features come with premium pricing that makes no financial sense for low-volume hiring. Furthermore, enterprise-grade legal reviews will significantly extend your onboarding timeline. These platforms are heavy infrastructure investments, not quick fixes. You must secure rigorous SLA commitments on turnaround times to justify the high costs involved. Regardless of which platform you choose, there is one core operational rule for using IaaS. You never outsource the final hiring decision. The most effective workflow is a hybrid model. You deploy your external IaaS panels exclusively for rounds 1 and 2, the live coding and system design assessments. You then reserve your internal engineering team strictly for the final round, focusing entirely on cultural and strategic alignment. By dividing the labor this way, you cut your total time to hire by 40 to 60%, while completely protecting your company's core DNA. This scorecard maps out exactly what to demand based on your profile, because IaaS has become required infrastructure for modern tech hiring. For a lean startup, choose HireHunch or Quick Recruit, and demand a 5-interview trial batch to calibrate the difficulty level. For the mid-market optimizer, choose Interview Vector, but prioritize seamless ATS integration so you don't end up managing manual schedules. And for the scaling enterprise, choose BarRaiser or Flow Career, but do not sign the contract until you have strict SLA commitments on turnaround times. Outsourcing your interviews is never a simple set-it-and-forget-it solution. The success of any of these platforms relies entirely on the role-specific rubrics and calibration sessions you conduct before the first candidate ever logs on.